And welcome to this edition of ACAP Today for Friday, the 15th of May, 2020. I'm Jason Parent. It's a great pleasure to have you on the program or joining us today. On the program today, I should say, is Sue Powers, who is the Director of Programs here at the Aroostook County Action Program. And she'll be joined by Lesley Ramsey, who oversees our early care and education centers in Fort Kent and in Caribou. So we'll be talking with them in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to share with you some news and information that you can use of how we're responding to COVID-19 here at the Aroostook County Action Program. First, we do share with you that all of our offices will remain closed to the public through the 31st of May. We're currently reassessing what that might look like after June 1st, and we'll hear a little bit more about that as it relates to childcare and Head Start from Sue Powers in just a little bit. We are offering all of our programs remotely, however, or most of our programs remotely, so please do continue to connect with us as we can certainly help you over the phone. We are also launching a new Navigator program here at ACAP where we're helping individuals and families who have been impacted by COVID-19 be able to navigate through the various programs that may be available to them and that they may be eligible for. If you have questions or would like to speak with someone who can connect you with various services, please do contact us here at ACAP and we can certainly have a navigator work with you. We also are at this time, even through COVID-19, hiring folks here at the Aroostook County Action Program. We have several positions open on our website, and we encourage you to visit those and check out what those positions are, and we'd love to have you consider joining the ACAP team. We also are providing assistance for folks in registering them and their families and their households for the 2020 census. Aroostook County's self-response rate is lagging a little bit behind the state, and we recognize that folks sometimes have difficulty getting online or may have lost the paperwork that was sent to them. If you have not yet completed your census information, please do call us here at ACAP and we will put you directly in contact and get you an appointment with the folks at the Census Bureau who will reach out and take that information from you over the phone. So do call us if you are in need of assistance with registering for the 2020 census. We want to make sure everyone is counted. Also, as it relates to connecting with us for services, for those of you who are able to get online, we encourage you to complete the Request Assistance online profile that can be found at the bottom of our website. This is another opportunity for us to be able to help you as we reach back out to you and connect with you to see what services you may be eligible for, and to have that conversation with you by looking at the information that you've entered into the website. That information does remain confidential and will be used only by the individual who you'll be speaking with on the phone initially to help connect you with services. We also are offering financial literacy classes. The first two offerings of the financial literacy class offered by our Improving Outcomes for Youth community educator Chastity Holland were so popular that we're offering another 3-class series. These are specifically for individuals ages 16 to 24, so youth. All classes will be held via Zoom. So to register, contact Chastity Holland at cholland@acap-me.org. If you complete all 3 of the classes, participants are entitled to a $25 gift card after the successful completion. So another incentive to take these classes. So please do reach out to Chastity. She does a great job teaching these classes and would love to have you in her next session on the 27th, 28th, and 29th of May. Our partners at the United Way of Aroostook through the Aroostook Cash Coalition, which ACAP is a member of, are now entered into their phase 1 of their updated tax services for individuals during this tax season. As most folks know, the tax filing deadline has been extended to July 15th. We encourage folks, especially those who are looking to file for the main property tax fairness credit, to contact United Way of Aroostook to schedule an over-the-phone appointment at 764-5197. Also, another service that we offer here at ACAP is assistance in quitting smoking. And certainly it's not easy to do that in the best of times, but at times like this, I think it reminds us all of family and the important things in life. So if you are thinking about now being the time to quit smoking, or quit using tobacco, please do give us a call. Elaine Sipe, who works on this program for us, is available to help you through the quitting process, and she can use platforms such as Zoom or other ways to connect with you remotely to help you through the process and in a one-on-one fashion. So please do contact Elaine here at ACAP. Her phone number and email address are right there on the screen for you, or you can give us a call here at the main number, 764-3721, and we will put you in touch with Elaine. Our home energy assistance program continues to take applicants for the current season. We will be doing so through July 15th. Right now, if you call, you can get an appointment over the phone within a week. For individuals and households who have been impacted by COVID-19, we are looking back just a month on your income, so just a look back of a month. So there are many more folks who will qualify who have been impacted economically by COVID-19. But we also want to remind families out there that the guidelines have changed. They've changed for the 2019-2020 season, so more folks in Aroostook County are eligible for this program, and now is a great time to apply. We may be heading into a lower use heating season. However, the benefit if you do apply and you are granted funds through the Home Energy Assistance Program, those funds remain on your account for up to 18 months or until they're fully utilized, so that a credit will be on your account with your fuel vendor this fall when you want to turn up the thermostat. So please, now is a great time to consider applying, and you can check our eligibility guidelines right off of our website and see if you think you might be eligible, and then give us a call and schedule an appointment. Our workforce development team is also here for you, mostly working remotely during this time, but they are here in these difficult and challenging times around employment to do career assessments, to do career counseling, provide job search assistance, and to do short and long-term trainings. They've done a number of those online as well. So please contact Kathy Williams at the number and the email address on your screen if you would like some assistance around workforce development, or even potentially going back to school this fall, or enrolling in adult education programs, which are ongoing through the summer months right now. Now is a great time to get yourself trained for a new career when things recover economically post-COVID-19. We also want to remind individuals out there who know of someone who may be homeless or housing insecure, or to please give us a call. We have an emergency wellness shelter at the University of Maine at Presque Isle in partnership with UMPI and Maine Housing and others. And we can certainly help get folks placed, whether it be in this shelter or at Homeless Services of Aroostook, as that shelter is also available to receive some new clients at this time. Our rent relief program continues through the month of May. This is for individuals who have been impacted economically by COVID-19 and are having difficulty paying their rent. It entitles those individuals to a one-time $500 payment that would go directly to their landlord. We've processed almost 380 applications here in Aroostook County to date. If you would like to apply for this program, you can go directly online to mainhousing.org/COVID-rent, or you can certainly call us here and we can help you apply for that online directly and do the follow-up. Either way, if you apply, we will be following up with you and working with your landlord to process payment if in fact you are eligible. And finally, today in the news you can use, our community health programs, particularly our Let's Go 5210 program here at ACAP, has partnered with Northern Light AR Gould to encourage you to get moving during this period of time, moving in May. So we want you to do that obviously with appropriate social distancing in mind, but if you're with your family and your tribe and you want to go walking, running, biking, or doing some physical activity together as a family, or working with friends but appropriately social distancing, please do take a photo of you doing that and send it to us. You can send it specifically to Don Roberts at northernlight.org, droberts@northernlight.org specifically, or you can send it to us and we'll make sure Don gets it. Each Friday of May, so we have a couple more to go after this week, we'll be drawing a random winner who sends us a photo, and you'll be eligible to win the basket of goodies that will be available each Friday in the month of May if you participate in this program and take a picture and send it to us. So with that, that's the information and news that you can use from us here at ACAP Today. And I'm pleased to welcome to the program both Sue Powers and Lesley Ramsey, who are going to talk to us about its Family Focus Friday, as we call it here on ACAP Today. And I think we're going to start with you, Sue, talking about the opportunities for families as it relates to childcare. And I know that those are limited coming up, but we are looking at reopening some of our childcare facilities appropriately so, with the right precautions in place, and wanted to start with you on that today. So Sue, tell us about what the plans are as it relates to ACAP's childcare programs.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Thanks for having Lesley and I on today to talk about what is happening with our early childhood programs. So we realize that with some businesses reopening, that families who are working need childcare to get back to work. So we've been working throughout COVID on what protocols for cleaning, disinfecting, staffing patterns would look like when we did return. So we are well on our way to finalizing those protocols with a plan of reopening childcare on June 8th. To our currently enrolled families who are working or are able to go back to work on that date. We're starting slowly with those families that are working and in need of childcare right now, with the hopes of over the few weeks that follow to add additional families that are looking for childcare as well during the summer.
How are families responding, Sue? Are they pleased that the program is coming back up? I imagine many of them are starting to get back to work and are in need of the services at this point.
There are a number of families that have the opportunity to go back to work in June and between June and July, and they are anxious to get their children back with their childcare providers who are known and loved by the children.
Now, as it relates to the traditional Head Start program, which we're going to talk about in terms of enrollment for summer and fall, this would normally be around this time of year, the traditional end of the traditional Head Start year. So those programs will come to a natural end for the year, but there are new opportunities that we want to make folks aware of as in terms of where things are headed with Head Start.
Correct. So starting today, various classrooms that were scheduled to end today are ending virtual services, and we will staff with those families have already notified the families, and they are in process of transitioning onto a different level of service for the remainder of the summer. Some of our programs are scheduled to run along with the public school schedule and are ending around the first part of June. Again, some of those services to families will continue, and teachers will be talking to families, parents about that. We are very excited that the CARES Act, the Federal CARES Act that was approved, included funding for summer Head Start services, specifically for children who will be transitioning onto kindergarten in the fall of 2020. So we are looking first to the families that we have currently enrolled for the children that are going on to kindergarten. They will have first option for enrollment in summer Head Start. And if openings remain, we will be taking applications from the community of children who are eligible for the Head Start program and interested in receiving some summer Head Start services.
Now is also the time for folks, so folks can call you maybe interested in getting into those summer Head Start slots, but now is also the time to be thinking about the fall traditional program as well.
Absolutely. So our fall program is scheduled right now to start the Tuesday after Labor Day. And we are taking applications now, just as public school, preschool, those schools are accepting applications for their programs. We're accepting applications for Head Start. There is a pre-application form on our website that families can go to and express their interest by doing the pre-application, which will go on to our enrollment specialist, and then she will be in touch with families to complete the eligibility process for Head Start. We do understand that there are families who in the past have not been eligible for Head Start, but COVID has changed the economic situation of their families. So if families are finding themselves in that category, we encourage them to apply and check out and find out if they are now eligible for Head Start services for their children. We do have early Head Start, which is for pregnant women through age 3, and then Head Start services, preschool Head Start services for children who are between 3 and 5.
So Leslie, let's talk about, you work directly with the educators, the gifted educators that we have in 2 of our centers in Fort Kent and Caribou. And of course we have centers in Presque Isle, in Holton, and in Dyer Brook as well. Tell me about why a parent and or family would want to consider enrolling a child in Head Start. What are the benefits of the program?
I think the benefits of enrolling your child into our Head Start program is it lays the foundation for future learning in our public school system. We work closely with the public school to be able to take our preschool and pre-kindergarten aged kids that are typically 3 to 5-year-olds and give them the foundation to be successful in a classroom throughout their schooling.
And Leslie, it really does extend beyond what happens in the classroom, because the children are, and the families really are engaged in learning that's helpful. I mean, I love visiting the centers. The children typically eat family style, although we're not sure how that's going to necessarily happen with COVID-19. There may be new guidance around that, but a lot of work is done with the families as well. And it really does, it does look at the whole family situation and helps in many regards, correct?
Yes, like our program's set up to focus on the whole family. So like within our classrooms, we don't only provide education for the child, we also work with the parents, and we are partnered with several other organizations in order to help the entire family. Also within ACAP, we have our family coaches that are assigned to families, and family coaches help with that whole family process as well.
Do you have an indication of what types of openings you may have this fall at this point in your centers in Caribou and Fort Kent? Or should people be encouraged to apply? There are slots available.
There are definitely slots available for both early Head Start, our Head Start slots, and then we also have a partnership with CDS for our children with needs.
One of the other unique features of the program that I think helps alleviate the challenges of a number of families is that we do provide transportation to and from programs as well. How important is that for folks in Aroostook County?
In Aroostook County, I believe transportation is a central part of them being able to access our programs. We have a bunch of families that utilize the transportation that we do provide for those programs. What it looks like as far as with COVID is to be determined.
And right now, actually, so we were talking about the opportunities for summer and fall enrollment, but right now you're sort of reverse engineering at the centers that transportation we're bringing to, not bringing to us, we're bringing materials and food. We talked about this with other folks earlier weeks, but how is that program, the food delivery and the instructional material delivery program, going across the county?
Currently, we're providing food and education materials to families. For food, we're providing breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks to all of our families that were interested in it, and majority of our families have participated in the food delivery program. With that, on pretty much 2 days a week, we're providing educational packets, and these are packets that teachers are using weekly in their virtual classrooms. So like the parents don't have to worry about materials. We're also encouraged teachers to use materials that are in the home, like doing shape hunts and letter hunts and outside scavenger hunts. And everything that we've provided, I think, has benefited every child in our program, along with teaching families how to have an educational piece at home.
And
So again, focusing on that whole family.
Absolutely. Sue, it's impressive, and each individual household has benefited in their own way, and in many ways the benefit has been countywide, as we've talked about, but it's pretty impressive by the numbers. You've been talking about number of miles traveled to deliver food and activity, number of meals served every week. Talk to me about that, help us capture just the extent of the work that you and your team have put in over these last couple of months.
Well, I can't say enough about the way that the team has approached the work that they're doing. It hasn't been typical. It's not their usual routine or pattern of working, but they've jumped in and with excitement and enthusiasm and initiative have taken on what needs to be done to make sure that families do have food. And food is part of our regular programming, which is why we felt it so necessary during this time to continue to provide that service, because families are used to their children getting 2 meals a day and snacks in some cases. So we've been serving approximately anywhere between 500 and 800 meals a day, depending on the location and the number of meals that we're serving ourselves. In some cases, we're partnering with public schools in the area to serve some of those, to provide some of those meals. It's about 5,000 meals a week, and we're traveling, but each bus driver, we have five bus drivers on the road every day, and they're traveling between 100 and 200 miles a day, delivering those meals door to door. It's quite an amazing project that they've put together.
Certainly, it's amazing by the numbers, but it's even more amazing and I think profound by the difference made with the families that we're serving. You can tell the story with the numbers, but you know, the pictures of the children in windows with signs, and and what I'm hearing from you as well is that family engagement has, at a time when you think because we're socially distancing and the like, but you've actually seen more family engagement in this time.
The virtual learning classrooms have also been amazing, and the work that we've seen happen there. A few weeks into COVID, teachers we were able to provide tablets and hotspots to families that did not have access. So we were able to connect every family by technology, either through their own technology or through program provided technology. And the level of family engagement, parents sitting at tables or on sofas with their children as they participated in classrooms, and watching parents get excited about what they were seeing, what they've been seeing with their children and with other people's children. Having children be able to see their friends on the video on Zoom has just been a really, I think, encouraging and heartwarming process. It's also given parents the opportunity through engaging in those activities to know that whatever they have in their home, whatever they have available to them, those are learning tools. And you don't need expensive, elaborate tools to carry out play and activities with your kids that will teach them the very skills that they need to get by in life and to be ready for school. So as Leslie said, scavenger hunts outside, scavenger hunts in the house, washing dishes, sorting laundry, all of those things are great learning experiences for preschool children. And I think that we've done a good job during this time of really supporting families to realize that those are great learning experiences to involve their children in.
Including pots and pans as musical instruments, as we've seen this week. Much to, I'm sure, the delight of many parents across Aroostook County. So I just, before we wrap it up, I just want to, Sue, we talked about the Summer Head Start program. We talked about it starting shortly after the 4th of July. We're, of course, with the health and safety of both our staff and obviously the people that we serve are going to make the right decision as it relates to that. That program will happen, and it may have to happen in an alternative fashion, correct?
That's correct. So right now we are gearing up to have that happen in centers, in small groups of 10 children with 3 providers, 3 teachers in the room with those 10. We do realize that if things change, if we're not able to open up the actual classrooms, that we will continue those services virtually for the children that are transitioning onto kindergarten in the fall.
Great. So I want to just last question for the both of you first, if we've missed anything that you wanted to talk about, and then lastly, what your advice is to folks out there to help get them through these challenging times when we're not able to be together and we're not able to be as present in one another's lives, and in some cases facing economic challenges. So Leslie, let me begin with you. Anything we haven't talked about you wanted to share about your team or your work that you haven't?
I think across Augusta County, and especially our early childhood education program, you will meet the most amazing teachers that we have to offer. We've asked them to do things that are so outside their comfort zones during this time, and they stepped up to that. So I guess in time of COVID, it's an interesting situation, and it provided not just learning for our kids, but also for our staff.
Yeah, I think staff has learned a lot, and that I think that we have some very gifted educators, and that extends into our team of bus drivers and bus monitors and the cooks and the helpers that have made the magic happen, because I can see you, I can see that you're emotional about it, and it's certainly worthy of being emotional about, because the human spirit that we have seen amongst our staff has just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And related to that, what would be your advice? I mean, these folks are leading by example. What is your advice to folks out there that are having a challenging time getting through these days?
I would definitely tell people to reach out, talk to friends, family, utilize our community services, contact ACAP if they need help with any mental health as well.
We can certainly help connect them with the appropriate service. Thank you very much, Leslie. Sue Powers, any other thoughts that we didn't cover that you wanted to make sure you shared, and your advice for folks?
I think that there is no possible way for us to ever thank the staff of ACAP that have pulled together and provided whatever service their expertise is around during this really difficult time. So I know I'm trying to say thank you and let people know how much they're appreciated. I just don't know that that's really, that it's even possible to let them know how much I appreciate them. And I know you and Jason and Leslie and all of our other people, supervisors as well. Everyone has just done such an amazing job, and I'm so proud of them. My advice is that this is a really, really odd and difficult time in our history, something that I don't believe any one of us have ever faced before. And as hard as it may be, I would just encourage people to take things day by day and realize that there's so much that's out of our control. And if we could just let go of what's not in our control and just do what we do have control of, that it is helpful to get through each day. I also encourage people to take care of themselves. Go out for a walk. Go on that scavenger hunt. Just enjoy the people that you're quarantined with. Enjoy your tribe. Make the best of every day and turn every day into a learning experience. And I think that we are all going to come out of this stronger because of what we've had to go through.
Very good advice, and it appears like the weather will be improving to help facilitate that advice in terms of getting outside, at least.
We will hope.
Looks like it in the forecast, so thankful. That's certainly something to be thankful for amongst our many other blessings at this time. Sue and Leslie, thank you so much for joining us on this Family Focus Friday. This is actually the final Family Focus Friday of ACAP Today, and the last time that we're going to be coming to you in a daily format. We're going to be transitioning to just a weekly broadcast through the remainder of these unusual and challenging times, as we will continue to bring information to you in that way, but we'll always be in touch with you via our social media and through other media, so please do keep in touch with us that way. Another way that you can keep in touch with us if you are in need of assistance specifically is through aroostookcommunity.com. This is the online resource where you can go to give help or get help, and we encourage you to log on to do that and to register. It doesn't cost anything to register. If you are unable to, or you prefer not to use that vehicle, do give us a call at 764-3721, and we can have folks that will help you over the phone with whatever your need is and help get you connected with the appropriate resource. And do reach out to us, as I indicated. Call us, email us, check us out online, check us out on our Facebook page. That's where we'll be continuing to post regular updates of information and news that you can use and that is helpful to you. Also check us out on our YouTube channel, where you can see some of the YouTube stars we talked with yesterday, and many of our gifted early care and education professionals reading stories, leading activities, and those are available for the public at large. So please do take time to enjoy that on a rainy day. And then lastly, we end you, as we always do, with our snapshot of the day. This is Sweet Harper from our Dyer Brook program, our Dyer Brook Early Care and Education program, who proudly shares her planted produce. We talked about this project earlier this week in partnership with Northern Light A.R. Gould, our SNAP Ed program, and our 5210 Let's Go program, as well as our early care and education programs, who got them into the hands of youth across Aroostook County. And also in this week's, or this day's snapshot of the day, is Allison Gooding, who is our SNAP educator down in Southern Aroostook, and she worked with Harper's family, made sure that the information and the packets got out to her, and we're looking forward to seeing Miss Harper's garden grow this summer. Thank you to Allison, and thank you to Harper and her family for working together to make that project happen, and we're looking forward to the harvest when all is grown for Harper and her family. And thank all of you for joining us today on ACAP Today. As I mentioned, we will be back next week. We'll be launching ACAP this week, and we'll be doing that on Wednesday next week, so be on the lookout for our new format next week. As always, thank you for joining us on this Family Focus Friday of ACAP Today. Thank you to Leslie and Sue, and have a great, wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.